ImAlwaysInHotWater.com and BoatsInHotWater.com. And today is, I don't even know, June the 12th, 2020. And I am back out at a place that I was actually 6 years ago at the same exact spot. In fact, that boat right next to us was here also. This particular seller at the time in 2014 had a Boston Whaler, 2007 Boston Whaler 130 Sport. And we sold that boat. And in fact, that is the second most viewed video on my site, on my YouTube channel. Right now, it's up to about 21,000 views. I leave them up after they're sold for people for reference. And so now we're out here with the same sellers, the next boat that he got, which is a Dauntless. It's going to be a long video, by the way. A 2002 Dauntless 180cc with a 2011 E-Tech. And there's also a 2007 trailer that's sitting over in storage. Now, this boat is being sold. Actually, this boat is going to be pulled out of the water in, probably over the next week. And it's going to be, the bottom's going to be cleaned. It got bottom paint about a year ago. Bottom's going to be cleaned. The seller's going to spit shine everything the best he can. It's going to get on the trailer and sit over in the storage area closer to my house while he moves in his next Boston Whaler, which is going to be a 23-footer. So we have a faithful Boston Whaler owner. And so there's the backstory on the boat. I have, the seller is sending me all updated service records on this Evinrude E-Tech, this 2011 model. And it's been faithfully serviced. In fact, it's got within the last year, a brand new trim solenoid, and we have a backup brand new trim solenoid. Bilge pump has been changed, live well pump. Just a bunch of little ticky-tack stuff that have been done and kept up to date on this boat. So, you'll be in pretty good hands at that particular point. I'm bouncing around. I do want to point out this is cable steering and not, power steering in a sense. So there's that. I'm just going to kind of walk through the boat. Overall, the cushions are in pretty good shape. You got a little bit of sun wear on the forward cushion. I really like the bow rail on this for the kids. Cooler cushion and back cushion in nice shape. Windshield's in nice shape. T-top's in okay shape. You do have a little tear right here. So at some point you might want to replace this, but I probably wouldn't stress out over it. I'd use it for the season. Overall, the boat's pretty clean, as you guys can see. And in fact, right here, these cushions are in nice shape. You got a lot of storage. I'm going to put this down right here so you guys can get a view like that. Nav lights work, bilge pump works, live well pump works. Actually, there's also a cool blue light here. Let's see if I can find it. There. I don't know if you can see it down at night. So a lot of beautiful pluses on this 2002 Boston Whaler with the Evinrude. Now, the seller has also ordered, I'm guesstimating the motor has about 500 hours on it, give or take based on his use. He's ordered the cable and the software for the motor, which will go with it. Hopefully it works. So we may be able to pull exact hours off for you as well. The service records will also show how well everything has been maintained mechanically on that particular engine. And so there's that. In fact, why don't we just crank that baby up real quick. There we go. Just so you hear it running. Doesn't really do much, but overall, real nice boat, real cult following on this one. Your miles per hour gauge works, your RPM gauge works, your fuel tank gauge works, your trim, up and down gauge does not work, which is no surprise there. Trim tabs work, and this GPS map 441S is only about a year old. The VHF is not working, but the seller has a portable that he will throw in, which is brand new, he's never used. Only quick note that he told me, however this thing is wired, when you're working your trim tabs, if you're working both at the same time, the GPS will turn off. Now, it's only supposed to work one at a time, but just so you guys know, and in fact, see that? She just kicked right off. But if you work one tab at a time, you're fine. So it's not real complicated. The trailer's in decent shape, newer tires. Hubs will be greased. She'll be sitting in storage so I can pull her over to the house or the dock. I'm going to get you updated pictures of the boat after it's cleaned up and the bottom's cleaned up. It's a semi-albative paint on the bottom. Albative paint on the bottom. So we'll see how that cleans up. Maybe you need bottom paint, maybe you don't. And I think one board on the trailer needs to be replaced, but there's a backup board on it. Oh, one other thing. I did want to point out, overall up on the deck, you got lots of storage in here too, by the way. Big storage. Ooh, a lot of stuff in there. Overall, looking at the deck, you get a lot of these on these older whalers, the stress cracks, more in the 90s. Not prevalent at all on this particular boat. And only thing that I found right here on this back, which is probably over the fuel tank, a little bit of spongy right there. Just a little spongy. Not bad. Believe me, I've been on them where like trampolines. So got a little bit spongy going on right here. And also, I think the gas cap seal, he says, is kind of dried out. So that's pretty much it. We're not going to keep this complicated. So you got a nice 2002 Boston Whaler, Dauntless, 180cc with a T-top, full set of cushions, Evinrude E-Tech 150, which I'm sure this boat moves pretty quick, and a trailer. And let's see what we can do to get this moved so she doesn't have to sit in storage too long. Anyway, that'll about do it. Rob at ImAlwaysInHotWater.com. And I will try and have as much details from the services that have been done on the site as well. And I'll be adding pictures as the seller gets things done. Moving along, we have clean titles, including a title MSO for the trailer. Once again, Rob at ImAlwaysInHotWater.com. Signing off, wishing you a great and safe boating day. Oh, there's also a cover for the motor. Signing off for the third time. Bye.